What was he doing? He didn't know anything about this man, yet he was already fantasizing two of them in his coffin.
Hello.
He didn't even know her name, let alone her personality. Would she even approach a monster like him? After all, the first meeting had been the most pleasant. Would such a beautiful creature like her dare to one day love him? That was indeed a problem. Vampires immediately knew their soulmates, but mortals didn't have the same instinct. He remembered how his master struggled to woo his mate before she allowed him to change her. You must be patient, his master had told him. It will take a while, but she will love you in time. It is destiny. It was easy for him to say. His master, though friendly, had looked like a normal vampire. Handsome, pony-shaped. This girl didn't have that advantage. It was just as slight as his future mate was, in his opinion, the most beautiful man in the world. What chance did he have with her? Then he thought of those who weren't afraid of his looks. All his servants had been alarmed by his appearance at first, except for Pinky, but she'd always been an odd one. But had quickly grown accustomed to him. But the devotion was entirely different. They weren't bound to him by fate. He wasn't dreaming about kissing them. There was one thing he knew for sure. He had to see this mare again. He needed to know who she was, where she lived, what she liked, everything he possibly could about her. He opened his coffin and checked the clock. It was evening, but that didn't mean the sun had set yet. He pressed his back against the wall and made a window appear beside him. When no sunlight came through, he transformed into a bed and flew off into the night. Excuse me, Domnisora, but we're closing soon. Flusha looked up from her book. She loved stern librarians staring down at her. Right, she said softly. She closed the book and stood up. Sorry. Come on, party favor. The books she had gone through had offered many stories on vampires, but they were all contradictory. Apparently, few saw vampires and lived to tell the tale, so that was totally concrete. She reviewed all she had read in her head. So, vampires had no reflection. They can't go out in the sunlight. They could be repelled with garlic. They could be killed with a wooden stake to the heart. Some books said they could transform into bats. Others suggested wolves. Or they didn't transform at all, but were gifted with heightened senses, incredible strength and speed. Some said they could go in the sun, but their skin would sparkle. They were hideous monsters. They were beautiful and seductive. They had the compulsion to count seeds or untangle things. Surprisingly, there was no mention of them having body parts of various animals. Most of the books claimed that they looked like ponies, which is why they were difficult to catch. There was one thing all the books agreed on. They survived on the blood of living creatures. As she and Party Favor trotted through the dark streets of Sibiu, Flusha was wondering how she was going to protect herself. She could have sugar bear if she had any garlic, but she wasn't sure that it could truly power vampires or if it was just a thing of legend. It was early evening and the merchants were finished their day by luring in the potential customers walking away home from work. Fluttershy and Party Favor passed by a Romaine caravan where a blue unicorn man was performing magic with his two unicorn colts. One short and chubby, one tall and skinny, were waving colorful ribbons upstage. Out of curiosity, Fluttershy stopped to watch the Romaine mare control a shower of rose petals, making the audience applaud. Yes, indeed, she shouted to the crowd. The great and powerful Trixie has been to all parts of the globe, learning from the most magical creatures, facing the most dangerous and mystical beasts. Fluttershy's eyes widened at the statement. She started pushing to the front of the crowd before Party could stop her. Excuse me, she whispered apologetically. Excuse me, Domnisora Trixie? The unicorn mare looked down at her with a raised eyebrow. Who dares to interrupt the great and powerful Trixie? I'm so sorry, but is it true that you've seen many dangerous creatures in travels? Trixie's smile flipped her platinum mane. It is true. Trixie has no fear. Well, have you ever seen a tall, dragon-like creature with a deer antler, lion paw, eagle claw, a long skinny body? She was built like a femp. She was caught when she heard a thump on stage. The remaining unicorns were standing stiff, staring at her in horror. The young colts in the back had drawn their weapons. So have you seen... Silence! Trixie shouted. She touched something around her neck and brought it forward. It was a gold pendant shaped like the sun. Protect me, Celestia! Protect me! Please! Fluttershy begged, placing her host on the edge of the stage. I must know it. Show us over, folks. Go home! Fluttershy squealed as the stage fell into the caravan. It was encased in a pink aura and bolted down the street. The crowd groaned in disappointment as it dispersed. Many eyes looking at Fluttershy with disapproval. What's gotten into you, Domnisora? Party Favor demanded. What sort of creature were you talking about? A Dracona quiz. The 2 ponies looked down at a small orange Romaine Pegasus figure with purple eyes. She wore a white dress with red trimming and a red kerchief, which covered most of her short purple mane, but these clothes were tattered and covered in mud, as if she hadn't worn anything else for days. I heard what you said, Domisora, she said, and I know what you're talking about. Do you? Flush asked hopefully. Do you really? Philly nodded. I could tell you more, but since I haven't eaten days, it's so hard to think, and she carelessly held her hoof. Flushy reached in search for some bits. Domisora, my favorite protest stopping her hoof. You can't give mine to this gypsy. Romaine, Faye grumbled. What were your aunts say? Flushy narrowed her eyes in their determination as she wrenched her hoof out of her bag. She's only a filly. She handed full 5 bits. The young Romaine smiled and tucked the money away in the pocket of her apron. Name's Gilu, by the way, she said, stretching out her hoof. Thank you for your kindness. I'm Fluttershy. The Pegasus being, she shook her hoof. Now, you say you saw this, what did you call it? Draconiquiz. Yes, it's one of the rarest, most dangerous creatures of Trampelvania. We Romaines dare not speak of it, for fear it will cuss us. She said all this without flinching. But seeing as my life can't get any worse than this, I can say whatever I like. What is a Draconiquiz? As he said, it's made up of lots of animal parts. It's a type of vampire, except Draconici are born, not made. Some say they're worse than regular vampires, that they have crazy powers, like the ability to summon objects at will or turn a whole castle upside down. Flashlight gulped. Have you ever seen one? Skula glanced around, gestured for her to come close and whispered, You didn't hear this from me, but I'm pretty sure one lives in the forest over yonder. I was sleeping a few feet away from the edge the other night and I saw a tall, thin shadow. It was only for a second, but I could have sworn it had funny-looking horns. I also see giant bats flying around the night sky, sometimes more than one, so I don't think he's alone in there. Flusha nodded slowly, her face growing pale as she listened. And have they cut you? The filly huffed. No, and even if they did, I'm safe. She reached into the collar of her dress and pulled out a beaded necklace. Upon close inspection, Flusha realized they were tiny pieces of garlic. Sakura was nice enough to give this to me when I told her what I saw, Skula said proudly. Sakura? Fluttershy questioned. She's a local witch. She has all sorts of charms and stuff. Where can I find her? Their house is just down there, Skula said, pointing down the street. It's an old shabby one that looks abandoned. Thank you. Fluttershy handed Phil another bit before pointing down the road. Pottyface trotted up to her in haste. Domisora, what's this all about? He demanded, his eyes wide in panic. First you're reading old ponytails, then you're going on about vampires, with the gypsy no less. Now you're going to see a witch? Do you know what John would say if she... Please, by favor, Fluttershy whispered, holding him with her hoof. I need to know these things for reasons I can't tell you, but you must trust me when I say my reasons are good. The unicorn stared at her in silence as he followed to the witch's house. Fluttershy knocked on the door and listened. Come in, my dear. I am in here. Pottyface shivered as he opened the door and entered the oddly decorated room. He looked up nervously at the clay mask on the wall. Are you Sakura? Fluttershy asked the table at the table. The witch? Sakura nodded. Yes, fair one, I am she. She looked at Pottyface. Sit down. You need not fear me. The Saiyan shook his head. No thanks, he gulped. I'm good. Fluttershy took a seat and said to the zebra. I hear you have charms that can ward off vampires. She could have sworn she saw a flash of fear in Sakura's eyes before she got up from the table and went to her cabinet. Vampires, you say? She said as she rummaged through the shelves. Did one come your way? Fluttershy hesitated to answer. I've just heard things and can't be too careful, right? Sakura returned with a snake similar to the one she'd seen on Skilla and a crystal ball. The latter she placed on the table. Wear this around your neck, all day, all night, she said, holding out the necklace to Fluttershy, and you'll be immune to the vampire bite. How much? The Pegasus said, sticking into her bag. Sakura held up a hoof. For payment, I only ask but this. The true reason was this necklace. The sea was staring at her hard, as if she knew there was an ulterior motive behind Fluttershy's request. The Pegasus shifted in her seat. I can't say. Sakura struck and moved the necklace away. Truly, I can't. Fluttershy insisted. He'll kill me if I... She covered her mouth. Sakura's eyes were wide with alarm. She turned the party and turned her head to the door.